Hey guys, Jeremy the Tall Trainer here, and I'm going to have some fun with a pretty nasty, challenging abdominal routine that I'm going to call Abdominals Impossible. All right, it's possible, but it plays off the last exercise in the series. All right, there's 7 exercises, 1 minute each. All right, starts off with floor windshield wipers. All right, so I'm going to show you those. I might even do them. Well, I'll do them this way to start with. 1 minute, ready, set, and go. Hands down, both feet together. Going side to side. Keep those abs tight. Make sure your back can come off, but don't make sure it doesn't arch as you're doing this. Pull it back. As you go to the side, your abs are working, tightening there, and coming back. Let me show you from this angle so you can see it there. I'm coming over to the side, and then I'm using these muscles right in here to pull back. Out to the side, and pull back. Very nice. Now, if it's too tough for you, bend the knees a little bit and do some smaller ones. Don't go as far side to side on this. But if you got it pretty good, you can take it pretty far as long as you've got some decent control in the core. Yes. Oh, that's pretty easy. Not. Keep those abs nice and tight as we're doing this, all right? Then we're gonna do a slow bicycle. I'm gonna turn the other way here so you can see it. All right, so I'm doing a slow bike ride. Here I'm kicking out, pulling those abs in, almost trying to imagine like I'm trying to keep my tailbone off the ground. All right, keep the head down, but almost imagine like you're lifting the tailbone. Hands down here gives you a little down pressure with the arms to have a little extra fun. Slow bike ride. Slow bike ride. Keep those abs in tight, make sure the back's not arching. And again, imagine like you're trying to keep your tailbone off the ground. My tailbone's not off the ground, but just the thinking about trying to keep the tailbone off the ground is like pretty good work. And if it's tough, don't kick as far out. Make it a smaller bike, a little kid's baby tricycle or something. If you want to, you can make it pretty large, but keep the tailbone up. That's more important than how big you pedal. All right, then we got a hamstring bridge. All right, that is out straighter here, squeezing up. All right, so the legs are a bit straighter. Compared to the other ones, this one's a little bit easier, but it does set us up for the next exercise after this. All right, so after doing a couple nasty hard ab exercises, we should work the back side of the core. So we're working hamstrings and butt a little bit here. So notice my toes are pulled back towards me. Legs are fairly straight. It's okay if they're a little bit bent, more bent. Gets a little more glutes there. All right, bad leverage is farther out there though, so, and then you try to lift up as high as you can. So I'm lifting my hips up off the ground there. You can cross the arms if it makes you feel more official as you're doing it. But the longer you hold and the higher you hold, my butt wants to touch the ground again. Pretend like there's a birthday cake with a bunch of candles under there. You're trying to get your butt off of that or it's gonna burn them. It's gonna burn it. Or maybe there's thumbtacks underneath you. All right, booty bridge, slow march. All right, so we're going here. The top of the booty bridge is what we're doing. And as you're doing this, you're gonna try not to twist. Now we could try a little bit wider stance. And that's a little bit harder on the try not to twist thing. Let me show you. I'll show you from the back side again. Right here, squeezing up. The top of that motion is the harder part. You can kick up and then down, kick up and then down. If I go wider again, it's tougher. There's more torque involved in the exercise. If I set my feet down wide apart, squeezing the hip up. Now I'm shifting a little bit too much. So my hips rocking the side a little bit. We're trying not to, and that's part of what's gonna make this harder. Trying not to rock side to side. Oh, nice. All right, here we have a side plank with a hip hip hooray. All right, so side plank. Right up in here, I'm going to hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, hip. 2 squeezes on the way up, 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 and down, up, and down. You can do this from the knees also. As you're doing this, in the side plank, make sure your hips are forward, chest is out, got things lined up. It changes things quite a bit when you have the right position. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Squeezing up high is no joke. Other side. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray. Oh, yeah. Again, you can do it from the knees. Chest is out, hips are forward. All right. And the height matters. The higher you can get to, the harder it is. Hip, hip, all right. So hip, hip, lifting that hip up. Hip, hip, hip and hip, hooray. 15 seconds. Hip, hip, all right. Hip, hip, oh. And now the impossible press, the namesake for this routine. Arms are out, and I'm pushing into the ground, tighten the abs, and it's like I'm trying to lift off. All right, I'm gonna come in just a little bit and show you what an actual lift off looks like if I still have enough abs to do it. Right there. So you're not actually probably gonna lift off at all, but you're pushing in like you're trying to attempt that. All right, so you're pushing the hands down, abs are in tight, feet are down, it's like you're trying to lift your hips off the ground. From that full extension, I can't quite do it if I come in a little bit. I can, but I feel more in my back than I'd like, so I'm gonna stay down and press in here, and I'm gonna get better ab effort there. So hands are pushing into the ground, feet are pushing into the ground, and I'm trying to get my midsection off the ground. But from this position, it's not gonna happen. All right, and rest. There we go. Abdominals Impossible. Hope you enjoyed that. Again, hope you can find some modifications if you need them for that. Hope you enjoy a little extra, something different for your abs, a different challenge for your abs. A little hip, hip, hooray, all that good stuff. So this is Jeremy, tall trainer, saying have fun, be safe, God bless.